sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, it sounds like the Zone could be sending their superstar duo to the international route. Golovkin, it's just been announced that his fight versus Kamil Szeremeta is going to be April 11th. It was supposed to be March 28th, and it could be in Kazakhstan. And also, there's been talks about Canelo and Murata at the end of May in Japan. Those talks have since been, or rumor has been confirmed as false, and Billy Joe, Callum Smith, and Murata is still in the running. Let's talk a little bit about each story, and I'll link information, sources in the description so you can check it out for yourself on the source link. Don't forget, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Appreciate the love, support. So let's start off with the Canelo situation first. There's some people from Murata's team or his country saying that the fight was a done deal. I think it was for May 24th, somewhere in Japan, and that Canelo had decided to pick him. Coppinger came back and said those reports were absolutely false, and Canelo hasn't made a decision yet. Now, Canelo around here, courting guys and, stringing the media around like somebody really care. Nobody in the boxing world cares if it's Murata, Toyota, Mazda, Callum Smith, or Billy Joe Saunders. Neither one of those fights are going to be anticipated. Now, credit to him. He tried to make the Jamal Charlo fight last year. So he's trying to make those fights. He offered them $15 million, I heard, and Charlo wanted 20. So he's tried to make those fights. He's expected to fight Golovkin in September. So I guess for him, coming off of Kovalev and Danny Jacobs last year, I guess this is pretty much, a soft touch for him, or whatever you want to see, you want to call it. But he could be headed over to Japan to try to build his international appeal. And I think Anthony Joshua and Amir Khan might have started something going over to Saudi Arabia. So, even Bob Arum, you got Bob Arum talking about taking his fighters the international route, because a lot of these fighters having problems selling tickets, with the promoters not working together, managers and advisors and television series not working together. So now, guys, like Lou DiBella and Top Rank and Bob and all of them, they got to take their guys international to get their international money, because what's going on now, the American public, they're not happy with the product they're getting. All these second and third rate fights. So now they're not selling tickets at the venue, and they got to go the international route. So Canelo could be fighting in Japan, but I do know they got the T-Mobile Arena reserved, I think, for May 2nd. And if they don't use it, then it is a penalty. So not sure what the penalty is for holding it, but, to me it doesn't matter who Canelo fight, because we all know that he going to win. They're not going to let the $330 million man lose. So it makes me no difference. I'm more concerned about, the water around him. He on his own island. He on Canelo Island, and Canelo can do whatever Canelo want to do, because, people make him seem like this polarizing star. He got a lot of casual fans following him from Mexico, and he got the most guaranteed money behind him on a fight-by-fight deal, and boxing going right down. So he can do what he please. So it don't really matter. We all know that no matter if Canelo lose, he still win unless you knock him out. But I do think him going out the country versus Murata is probably the best chance of him losing, because Murata looks totally different when he fight in Japan. Take that how you want to take it. So him going to another country, there is an opportunity that he may lose. He may get robbed. He may be, subjected to stricter drug testing. You see, that's what happened to Luis Neri. That's why they hate him in Japan, or, Japan now, or wherever it was, because he failed the drug test and he banned there for life. So if Canelo get caught with something in his system, he would never be allowed to go back over there again. And if he go over there while he got caught, he may not be able to get out there unscathed. So still Billy Joe, still Callum Smith, still Murata in discussions. I mean, we about to hit February, so they got a couple more weeks to probably decide what he want to do. Do he want to go to Japan or not? You still got that virus that's going down in China and Japan, not too far away. So, You also still got situation with Saudi Arabia or wherever that was the United States was beefing with. You got planes coming up missing. So international travel may be something of a little issue, and they might have to put that fight on the back burner. But I did hear that fight was mentioned for December this year. So that's something to look at now. Gennady Golovkin, this talks about him going to fight Kamil Szeremeta, a guy that nobody cares about, a Polish fighter either in Chicago or in Kazakhstan as a homecoming. So you might see a situation where the zone's two biggest stars go abroad before fighting each other in September, and it's always a risk when you fight at home because, you know, it's different. You got a lot of ticket requests, you got a lot of family, friends, you got that pressure, but Szeremeta can't punch. And also, Triple G just joined Snack. So with Triple G just joining Snack, he want to see how the conditioning changes him, and he want to see if it makes a difference before going into a Canelo trilogy. You know, he want to get that dub off Canelo so bad because it's going to bring more and more money on top of that, and it's going to bring closure for his Hall of Fame place and closure for his career. But, you know, I feel that the IBF should have ordered a media rematch between Golovkin and Sergey Derevchenko, you know, but they didn't. And he fighting Kamil Szeremeta, which does nothing for his career. It's another Steve Rose type of fight. It's a low risk, you know, high reward for him. He got equity in his own company, so they gave him a sweet deal, which he didn't deserve it, but y'all know how it go. People say Canelo didn't deserve the deal he got, but, you know, something they planned was supposed to be March 28th. Now they're looking at March 11th, you know, but I don't think it does the zone no favors by showcasing both of these guys outside the country and then coming back in Vegas and doing a trilogy. You know, I think they need to build them up. But one of the reasons why, you know, Canelo probably going to fight May regardless is because they don't want to overlap the Anthony Joshua and Bradsworth Puad fight. They don't want Joshua and Puad fighting in May with Canelo, and for $20, you getting Canelo and Anthony Joshua in May. So that's why they got Joshua kind of going to June 6th right now as a tentative date, and Canelo probably going to stay in the May realm of possibility. But like I say, man, it's a tune-up versus Murata, and Murata will be considered a mandatory being a regular WBA champion. But like I said before, I can care less about a trilogy. I can care less about a Canelo, less about a Golovkin. I just want them to fight, get it over with. And I felt that Canelo won the first two times anyway. But like I said before, Golovkin is probably the most overrated fighter of his generation or his era of boxing. He a gimmick. He was never that good. He was match made versus guys that make him look good. When he struggled versus Kassim Uma, they kept him away from any other slick fighter. The only reason he fought Danny Jacobs because he didn't have a jaw. And people could say the same thing about Canelo, a guy that people say cherry pick and didn't earn the right to cherry pick, like what Pacquiao did in his career and building his name off of Barrera, Morales, and guys of that nature. And Floyd Mayweather building his name up, you know, Gotti, Corrales, you know, Oscar De La Hoya and guys of that nature. And, you know, it was given to Canelo. So, like I said before, the zone, they got a situation to figure out. They want to send two of their biggest stars that they paying really, really well overseas and see how it work out. Maybe they end up doing really, really good numbers. You know, maybe, you know, Golovkin can go over to, you know, Kazakhstan and sell out. You know, I don't think too many people are going to be interested to see Golovkin in Chicago. I don't think that fight going to do well at the Wintrust, wherever they're going to do it, somebody's backyard. So the best bet is probably to do Golovkin and Szeremeta, you know, in Kazakhstan. And, you know, for Canelo, wherever he go, he gonna do a good amount of ticket sales, or they gonna just give away tickets. So if he fight Callum Smith or Billy Joe Saunders, you know, in the T-Mobile Arena, they gonna make sure enough people show up. You know, Eddie Hearn, and they gonna make sure some UK people come over, and, you know, it's gonna be they're gonna try to make it into a spectacle. So, you know, either way, they on a collision course to fight each other. I felt that Canelo settled the score officially last time, but, you know, trilogy make money. The zone wants a trilogy, and the trilogy for Canelo is going to have a lot of zeros behind it because they want that fight. They're going to pay him more than the standard $30-35 million to fight Gennady Golovkin. So, like I said before, Golovkin's a matter April 11th. Right now, the reports of Canelo and Murata being done, I think, for May 24th is false, and he's still weighing his option. So, we'll see what happens. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. Cash App, PayPal, but the best way to donate is to share the video for your boy. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do y'all care about Golovkin and Szeremeta April 11th? And do you have a preference? Would y'all rather watch Canelo fight Murata, Billy Joe, Saunders, or Callum Smith? Appreciate the love, support. Check our boxing playlist, boxing news, rumors, middleweight, heavyweight. We got it covered. One time for the one time. We gone.